Hey everyone, it's Rachel and welcome to my channel, and for today's video I'm going to be sharing with you guys the meals I have prepped for after our baby comes. Our baby is due in about a month, and I know that when my baby comes I am probably not going to feel up to cooking at all, and my husband isn't going to be either. We're both going to be tired and busy. I wanted to have a bunch of meals set aside for at least that first week so that we can easily pull them out, heat them up, or quickly cook them and have them all ready to go and don't have to spend an hour and a half cooking meals. I'll leave links below to the recipes for as many of these as I can, so if you're interested in seeing the recipes, you can find those down below. And let's go ahead and get started. We always have pancakes on the weekend. It's kind of a tradition for us. So to save us some time and allow us to sleep in a little bit, I went ahead and made some pancake mix, put some instructions on the container so I don't have to go look them up when I'm making them. Everything's just there. I can measure it out and throw it all together. These are a go-to and they're really easy to prep. So I put a few of these together for us to just pull out and heat up. I didn't feel the need to make a lot of breakfast meals, but I wanted to have a couple options, and since I love my breakfast sandwiches, I of course went with that. We could have just bought some frozen pizzas from the store, but I like my homemade meals whenever possible, so I went and made some pizzas. I like to make my dough from scratch because it's easy and it tastes great, and it also gives you some variety. You can, if you like it thicker, you can make it thicker. If you like your crust really thin, you can make it thin. You can stuff it with cheese, or sometimes I like to add herbs to it. You can just play around with it a little bit more and make it however you like it. We also like having more fancy meals every once in a while, so I made some lasagna roll-ups. I wanted to do something different than just a regular casserole dish lasagna, and these are also easier when it comes to thawing because you don't have to pull out the whole casserole dish and unthaw the whole thing. They're all in separate bags, so we can just pull one bag out and thaw it and eat it and have the rest for later. Chili is a classic. It's a really hearty dish and it's great with rice, avocado, or some bread. It does take a little while to cook though, so unless I made some of this to freeze, we would not be having a chili for a while after the baby was born. This freezer meal is great because you pretty much just chop everything up and throw in the liquids and you're good to go, which is really nice if you're doing a lot of meal prepping and cooking. Mac and cheese is something I grew up with. We didn't really have Kraft dinner at my house, and my husband really loves it too. So even though it doesn't take that long to make, I decided to freeze some anyway and just save myself some time. Fries are a great side dish to a lot of dishes, and I also love my potatoes, so I made 2 bags of these. They are a little bit harder to prep because there's a bunch of different steps, but it's really worth it because fries are just so good. I had these occasionally growing up, but I haven't made them since we've been married, and I've been wanting to have them for a while, so I decided to make some as a sort of treat for after the baby is born. Since I was planning to make beef dippers, I also had to make some buns as, like I said, I prefer to make things from scratch when I can instead of buying them. Plus sometimes it's just nice to have buns on hand instead of just using loaf bread. I made a bunch of beef meals, so I had to make something with chicken, and I find I really like shredded meat, so I chose to make this meal. Since I made buns too, we can have this shredded chicken in sandwiches, or we could just add it to another dish. Chicken nuggets take a long time to make, for me anyway. With having to dip them in the flour and the egg and then the crumbs. It can take a while, but they're so good and they can go with multiple different meals. Plus I had made fries, so we had to have chicken nuggets to go with them for at least one meal. And that is all the meals I have prepped for after our baby comes. I might still add 1 or 2 meals to this list later on throughout the month as I feel like it, or adding some snacks to the freezer for either when I'm in early labor or for after the baby's born, because I know I will be eating a lot with breastfeeding. So far, this is what I've made, and it's got a pretty good stash. My freezer's looking relatively full. I know that'll be really handy and really nice. That's what a lot of moms have said they found super helpful, was having freezer meals ready to go. So I know I will not regret it, even though it did take a while. I did it over a couple of days and there was a lot of dishes in that time period, but that's okay. Thank you guys for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you're interested in seeing more videos, then be sure to subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.